Welcome to the Coffee Hour, a show that involves you in verbal interaction. We have the 2020 feature, Sports with Brian Camp, and Entertainment News with DJ Pete. So settle in with coffee in hand, and enjoy the Coffee Hour. Now here's your host, Frank Allan.
TGIF, thank God it's Friday. Here we are. Another week has gone by, and we're just about set for the weekend. Hi, everybody. Welcome to another edition of the Coffee Hour. Here we are. We're coming to you live from New York City. That's where we originate, and we come to you from the city all over the world. No matter where you go, we're going to be right there with you. All you have to do is just hang right in there with us. We're going to be here for the next hour, and of course, we're going to have a lot of talk, and we get you involved in conversation too, as we always do, because that's the whole point of the show. And if you're coming on live, we thank you so much for being along with us. You'll get a chance to meet others as you come into the room, and we'll talk, and anything that you want to talk about and you want to kind of inject something in conversation. As me being the host, I will start it all off, and then if you want to switch off to another topic, we can do that too, or we just mingle together. That's what it's all about. It's like one big Friday party. So thank you so much for being along with us. You may be at work right now, and if you are, you may be right now at this particular point in time, could be, depending on your time zone, you could be on your coffee hour. So we invite you to take that coffee hour, which normally is about 15 minutes in the corporate world. Do you still get coffee hours in the corporate world? I haven't seen that in a long time, but let's just say for the sake of it, for the sake of argument, you do. Take that 15-minute coffee break, stay at your desk, drink your coffee, watch the show, and then when the 15 minutes is up, you'll still be at your desk and you can still watch us and work at the same time. That's something that we call multitasking. So we invite you to do that too as well. And like I said, we're all over the world. We come to 3 places, by the way. We're live on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we're live there, and we're also on YouTube as well. So for those of you who are watching us on Facebook, please take the time right now. You can do it right now, being that the show is young. Take the time right now and tag this show right now to all of your friends on Facebook, or some of them, maybe not all. You don't have to do them all, but maybe just a few that may be interested in joining in. And who knows, maybe they'll be watching for the first time and they'll do exactly what you do, come again and again. Those of you who are watching us on YouTube, we invite you to go to our YouTube channel and click that red button that says subscribe. Subscribe to us, because when you do that, you'll get a chance to know when we come on the air live, or if we post a video or something like that, you get a notification. And that's one of the perks of being a member. And you're part of the family anyway. And if you're watching us on Instagram, just follow us each week. I see a lot of people coming in right now. Some are idle. There you go. You're idle. And that's okay, because a lot of people like to sit back and relax and just enjoy the show idly. And that's okay. But as long as you're there. And we hope that you can spend the entire hour with us. But if you can't, whatever time you can share, we really would appreciate that. Now, I want to tell you that all the opinions and that are expressed on this show, the thoughts and the opinions that are expressed on this show, does not necessarily express the view or the opinion of Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Zoom, or any other broadcast facility that we're on. Okay, so we just want to make that clear to you. We do that every time we get going. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Now that we have that out of the way, let's get started right now with the coffee hour. And besides, what would the coffee hour be without coffee, right? So, excuse me while I shoot up. That's delicious. That is great. Hope you're enjoying yours as well. Well, later on in the program, we're going to do basically what we normally do in conjunction with, just having a good time with the rest of you guys out there. Usually have our 2020 feature, sports, 20 after the hour, and with Brian Camp, the latest developments in today's world of sports on Sports Update. And he has that coming up for you. I'm pretty sure he has a lot to talk about that. However, we're going to have him on like 10 minutes a little earlier. We made the arrangement. There's something that he has to do. So we're going to bring him on 10 minutes earlier. So in just about another 6 minutes from now, he's going to be along with us with sports. Other than that, we have the 2020 feature, 22 the hour. DJ Pete will be along with entertainment news, and of course, reciting all of those birthdays of people of notoriety of the week. And of course, later on in the program too, as I always do, I add my little addition of movies to catch up on. Now, you know, you like those classic movies, Turner Classic Movies. Yes, you do, right? I know I do. And we have some that we want to convey to you a little later on to add to your bucket list of what to watch as you catch up on some of the movies. Now, this weekend and every weekend, people have different things to do for the weekend, and that may be part of your plan to catch up on some movies, and you can do that, and we'll tell you more about that later. That's coming up, and it's all happening here on the Coffee Hour. So therefore, you sit back, relax, and enjoy. Let me do all the work, and you have all the fun. That's what it's all about. Now, let's see what we have on tap today. I already told you what we have on tap today. You ought to know too, can't do the show without mentioning the fact that we are in the midst of Hispanic Heritage Month. That's where we are. So I'd imagine, being that the weekend is here now, there's going to be a lot of celebrations, and people are getting their last licks before the weather gets cold. You know, they're getting their last licks before the weather gets cold. So if the weather is warm in your area, you know, get all the things that you normally do outdoors, get them out of the way, because before you know it, the weather is going to get a little cold. And I imagine there's a lot of celebrations all around the country on Hispanic Heritage Week. And of course, people go to museums and go to a lot of concerts and outdoor activities, outdoor concerts and things like that. There's going to be a lot of that coming along, you know. And in your area, if you happen to know of special things that are happening for Hispanic Heritage Month, we'd love to hear from you. Just lay it to us, you know, in your part of the country, or your part of the world, or your part of the United States. Let us know, and we'll be glad to convey it to everyone else. And it's a good thing to look forward to. Now, if you're going to chime in the conversation with us, we hope that you do too. We don't mind that you do. We would like for you to give us your weather forecast. Oh, yeah, you have a weather forecast, right? We want to know what's happening in your part of the world, what the weather's like out there where you are, because, you know, it's just something I like to convey. It's not mandatory that you do that, but it's just something that I ask each week for those of you who come in and chime in on conversation. Now, for those of you who live in the New York area, don't worry about it. I will take care of that. I will read the forecast for the New York area. I will take care. So you don't have to worry about that. But for the rest of you, you know, give us that little information right there. So speaking of the weather forecast right now, we're going to give it right now to you coming from New York. We've got 53 degrees outside right now. Now, the weather is not as warm as it has been. We're getting a few breezes in the air, and signs of autumn is coming around. You know, all signs of autumn is coming around. Before you know, winter will be coming around. Summer is officially over. It's officially over. So we've got the autumn winds coming in. The summer wind is going out. Okay, let's get started right now. We're gonna have it's not bad in New York today. We've got a lot of sunshine, abundance of sunshine today. We'll have a high 64 degrees. Winds will be north-northwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. That's not bad, but take your jacket with you, because it's going to only go up to 64 degrees. That's the highest we're going to go, 64 degrees. For tonight, take the jacket along too if you're going out as well. It's going to be clear skies though. We'll have low 49 degrees. Winds will be northwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. For Saturday, the temperature goes up a little bit higher. I don't know if you need a jacket for this, not necessarily, you know, use your own discretion on this one. Sunny skies, sunshine and clouds mixed together. We'll have a high 71 degrees. Winds will be west-northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. For Saturday night, if you're going to hit the town, you can expect mainly clear skies. We'll have a low 56 degrees, winds light and variable. But for Sunday, it goes on the downsurge a little bit. okay? But then, you don't want to hang out on Sunday anyway. You want to rest up because, Monday is the next day you have to go back to work. It's going to be cloudy in the morning, then off and on rain showers during the afternoon, and we'll have high 74 degrees. So the temperature goes up even a bit higher, 74 degrees. Winds will be south-southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour, chance of rain only 40%. So it's not going to be a washout, but most of the weekend looks good. And so we look forward to all of that. And repeating that current temperature, we have 53 degrees and plenty of sunshine. So thank you so much for being along with us for this day. Okay, as I promised you, we're going to go over to Charlotte, North Carolina, because of course, Brian is a busy man. He has things to do. So, he makes arrangements, and I don't mind. I like to accommodate people, my friends and my family here on the coffee hour. So he's going to come in right now with the latest developments, today's world of sports on Sports Update. Happy Friday to you.
Happy Friday to you and to everybody else out there. It's a cool, brisk air out here in the Queen City, 62 degrees. The high is only going up to 76, but that's okay. I think I could just love this weather here. I could embrace it like this. If this was like this all year round, I'll be fine. But who's complaining? You don't see no complaints out of me. But good morning to you, everybody out there on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram. I greet you good morning. Well, Aaron Judge did not make that historic home run last night, but he has a chance to do it this weekend, tonight, against the Yankees' old rivals, the Boston Red Sox. And last night in attendance, you had Aaron Judge family. You even had Roger Maris family in attendance too, as well, to be on hand to see if he would make this historic home run. But eventually he will get it. We're going to see. Each game this night, this weekend, is going to be on national television. It's a Sunday night game, Yankees and Red Sox. Saturday is the same thing, and I think tonight might be the same thing too. It's definitely a historic moment. So we're gonna be tuning in, and you should too. But let's get right to sports. In NBA, Minnesota Timberwolves guard Anthony Edwards was fined $40,000 for using offensive, derogatory language on social media. Can't do that, dude. Can't do that. He made anti-gay comments while observing a group of people standing on the sidewalk during a video posted on his Instagram story last week. Video has been deleted. Edwards acknowledged that his actions was inappropriate. As you know, whenever somebody does something outrageous and crazy like this, apology is coming. Does he mean it? We don't know, but he did apologize. He did take it down. Be careful what you say. We're all human beings. If your beliefs is that you don't like this type of lifestyle, then keep it to yourself. We always got to respect people's personal life, genders, and their lifestyle. So keep that in mind. The big news yesterday was, as you know, Ime Udoka, the coach of the Boston Red Sox, has been suspended for the entire season. I posted on something up not too long ago on some sports sites. I'm being ripped apart as we speak right now. And, basically, I'm not going to go into the details, but I've been called all sorts of names and everything. That's fine. I embrace the name calling and everything. Just put it out there. Phil Jackson and Jeannie Buss had a relationship some years ago. So I was comparing the two together. Some people did not like it. Certain ethnic groups did not like it. Some said, yeah, you got a point there. We're not going to get into that. Not going to say Boston is a racist city. Back then it was, with the time when Bill Russell was there. But he has been suspended for having an improper relationship. That's team policy. So he is being suspended for a whole season. Personally, if you're going to fire him, fire him. If you're not going to fire him, then don't fire him. Don't even bring it up. That should be within house of the Boston Celtics, not for everybody else's ears. So there's more to come with this as we go on. Speaking of the Boston Celtics, They have painted Bill Russell's number 6 on the free throw lane on their parquet floor as part of the season-long tribute plan for the Hall of Famer. The team has said it will honor Russell. It will honor Russell in other ways this season, including 2 nights in his honor. The first one is going to be October 18th. That's the season opener of the NBA. That's when it starts. And one on February 12th, which would have been his 89th birthday. They're going to celebrate it on his birthday. He would have been 89 this year. The Celtics will also wear a special Russell-themed jersey for some of their games, and there will also be something on their regular uniforms to honor him, probably like a patch with his number 6 on it. And this is what the Celtics are doing. Congratulations. Football, 6 All-Pro offensive linemen, 6-time offensive lineman Joe Thomas, shut down cornerback Darrelle Revis, and speedy pass rusher Dwight Freeney headlined the list of first-year eligibility players picked among the 129 nominees for the 2023 class of Pro Football Hall of Fame, which is in Canton, Ohio. The other first-year eligibilities are running back Chris Johnson, offensive line Jari Evans, linebacker Neil Volro Bowman, and James Harrison. James Harrison, I remember him, used to play for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Vicious linebacker. Defensive back Cam Chancellor, punter Shane Letcher. These are all first-year eligibilities, like I had said. Last Sunday was an awful scene in Cleveland. A fan arrested for allegedly throwing a bottle of water at Cleveland Browns owner Jimmy Haslam last Sunday's game versus the Jets. Jeffrey Miller, 51, was arrested on complaints of assault, failure to comply with lawful order, and disorderly conduct. The Browns are planning to ban Miller from returning to NG Field Stadium. That's where the Browns play their home games. They could try to do that. It might work. He might disguise himself, but they're trying to ban him from coming ever again because he was just so outdone with himself. Baseball, Major League Baseball, Buster Posey, who won three World Series titles as a catcher during his 12-year season with the San Francisco Giants, will become the first former player to join the team's ownership group. Some sad news, Los Angeles Dodgers shortstop, the great Maury Wills, National League MVP in 1962, has died at the age of 89. I don't like to report people's deaths, but he was one of the greatest players, one of the base stealers, one of the great base stealers of all time. So I wanted to throw that out there. Wills was also known for his base stealing ability. Like I said, became the first player to steal more than 100 bases. First player. Other sports news. This affects basketball, baseball, and hockey. Canada reported set to lift the vaccine requirements for people entering the country, a move that would impact unvaccinated professional athletes. Currently, the government requires a person to have at least a second dose of the COVID shot in order to be in. This is before they enter into the country. This would change the pending final sign-off from Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. So it's going to come down any day. They're trying to get back. During the heat of the pandemic, this is something a lot of people did not know. Canada was one of the few countries that had the lowest deaths during the pandemic because they had rules like this where they would not let athletes come in or anybody else come in. It was amazing how they had low numbers, and I tip my hat off to Canada. They did a wonderful job. This day in sports, September 23rd, 1952, the first closed circuit pay TV telecast of a sports event was done on this day. 1962, I was just talking about him. Maury Wills, shortstop, breaks Ty Cobb's 1915 Major League Baseball steals record, recording 97 on his way to a record at that time, 104. 1979, another great base stealer. Lou Brock steals his 938th and final base of his career. 1983, Philadelphia Phillies pitcher Steve Carlton is the 16th pitcher to win 300 games, defeating the Cardinals, his former team, 6-2. 1984, Sparky Anderson is the first manager to win 100 games in both leagues. He did it with the Reds, and he did it with the Detroit Tigers, too. I remember that. I was around. 1988, Jose Canseco is baseball's first to steal 40 bases and hit 40 home runs. 2017, what's that president's name? I don't even want to mention his name. I think he's number 45. Well, anyway, U.S. President 45 withdraws invitation to the White House for the NBA champs Golden State Warriors. But Steph Curry says, I wasn't coming anyway. A lot of his teammates wasn't coming anyway. So that's what happened on that day. I remember that day. Yes, so even though number 45 invited them, because, you know, whenever you won a championship, the president invites you, the team said, no, we ain't going to this. I'll leave politics out of it. Birthdays, 1943, Marty Schottenheimer, NFL coach, was born in Cannonsburg, Pennsylvania. 1958, Marvin Lewis, NFL coach, born in McDonald's, Pennsylvania. And in 1984, Matt Kemp, Major League outfielder, was born in Midwest City, Oklahoma. And ladies and gentlemen, that was a busy day of sports for this week and into the weekend.
345/666 Beast Incarnate. I think that's who you're referring to.
Yeah, something like that.
Everybody has different names for that guy.
Yeah.
Goldberg says, you know who.
Yeah.
You have to say 45. Yeah. Right? Everybody has a name for him. Some people call them the Orange 45 or whatever.
Yeah. Some got some harsh names too.
I don't watch The View. I know that you do. You tell me about it all the time. You watch The View. I think it was yesterday or the day before. They were doing some kind of Whoopi Goldberg brought out the situation about the Letitia James, who is suing.
Yeah, I missed it. I missed it yesterday. I didn't see the show.
I saw, you know, you get a chance to see them. You don't see them live. Sometimes you can go on Facebook and see, because they always post what they do, their segments. Maybe not the whole entire show, but certain segments. And she was doing, she did one of these numbers like this. You know, she's like wishing him into jail. And when she did that, she reminded me of that movie that she appeared on, Ghost. She played the mind reader, you know.
Mind reader, yes.
Yeah, or whatever they call it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, 345/666 Beast Incarnate. And you know something? The big laugh of, remember when the football, I think it was kind of one of the teams, I think it had something to do with one of the big games that they won, and maybe it was a Super Bowl. He invited them to the White House, and what they were served were Burger King.
Yeah, McDonald's. It was McDonald's.
McDonald's.
Yeah.
No difference. It's all junk.
Fast.
And you know, you think to yourself, you know, you would think, you know, people know better. These are athletes. Athletes, they're supposed to eat healthy. You don't feed an athlete. I mean, on their own time, I guess they do what they want. But if you invite an athlete to your house, you want to try to cook the best or make the best for him or her, because you know that they're into sports and they're not going to, you know, if they do it on their own. But, you know, you want to have a little class about it, you know?
A little, yeah.
But they all...
Terrible time. That was terrible, you know. It's like...
It was terrible.
Towels, he was throwing paper towels at the in Puerto Rico when they had a hurricane. You know, he's not presidential at all. You know, he wasn't at all. He just wasn't. You know, how a president should act. You know?
I remember the time he visited. I think it was Texas, and they got hit pretty hard, you know, like that was hurricane, I believe it was hurricane, not Sandy. Was it Sandy or was it
I really don't know. I forget. We had a lot of hurricanes. Yeah.
Anyway, that last hurricane, that big hurricane, he went over, he boarded Texas, he came out and he looked around at the crowd. He says, what a turnout. You know, as if he was on some campaign trail. These people dying, suffering from the aftermath of this hurricane. Oh,
yeah.
Hopeless. But anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, so so that's your sports for the day. We'll see you back here next week. What are your plans for the weekend? You better get it out of the way because the weather pretty soon.
Well, the smoke, I got the new smoker, so that's, I call it the dynamic duo, Batman and Robin. Not gonna be smoking much today, this weekend, just a lot of football on Sunday. I'm gonna do some errands for tomorrow, and let's see what happens. I take it day by day, but the smokers, I'm looking at them right now. They're on standby, ready to go.
Okay.
In fact, if I see a deer in the woods, I might go get them and grab them and put them in the smoker.
Oh, no. The animal advocates are going to hate you for that.
I know. Well, I know.
That's why I'm glad I give my disclaimer before we do the show.
Yeah.
Okay. So this way we're responsible for what we say here. And not Facebook or the other places we broadcast, but that's okay. I mean, people eat chicken, people eat beef, which comes from the cow.
Right.
Some people don't eat meat at all. Okay, we're going to catch you back here next week.
Everybody stay safe and enjoy.
All right, take care. That was Brian Camp, ladies and gentlemen, with the latest developments in today's world of sports. Enjoy your meat or whatever you like to eat. And people do eat deer. People who do eat deer. People, I can understand the animal advocates. They're the ones that don't eat meat. The rest of us who eat meat, you kind of think, you know what? I gotta eat. Meat has protein. People eat meat for the protein. I'm gonna be honest with you. I eat meat. I like steaks. The only kind of meat I don't eat, and you may say, well, what's the difference? Why don't you just not eat meat altogether? The only meat that I don't eat is lamb. And the reason why I don't eat lamb is because a long time ago, when I was a kid, and when I was a little boy, right? I remember my mom used to tell me, my mom said, those poor little lambs, those poor little babies, when you grab them, they don't even put up a fight. And I haven't had lamb since. I didn't eat lamb since. To this day, I don't eat lamb because of what she said. They don't put up a fight. They're little lambs. They're harmless. And if you catch them and you rope them, they won't even put up a fight. That was sad. That was sad. And I never had lamb since. I won't eat lamb, and because of that. Chicken, yeah, I eat. Buck, 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 chicken, buck, buck. Yeah, I eat chicken, I eat beef, but the animal advocates, I understand. I can understand their point. They won't eat meat at all. They're vegetarians. They won't eat meat. Maybe not because of the health thing, maybe because they're just animal advocates and they don't believe that an animal should be, slaughtered for humans' consumption, and I understand that, you can see on TV, they have these commercials on TV to save the elephants and things like that, because, they take these elephants' tusks, they poach them, they take their tusks and make them into jewelry and things like that. And so they have all of these commercials. And they have all of these nice commercials adopting animals, cats, dogs, and things like that, But people like animals, and I could understand why they would get upset that way. I'm a lover of dogs. I love dogs. Especially when they're little lambs. They're so little. They're like little babies. When I ever get the time, I would like to raise me a little puppy, a little golden retriever. I want to watch him grow. I love those little golden retrievers. One of my, I have a few favorite dogs. I love the golden retriever. I love the Saint Bernard. Well, Saint Bernard is like one of those dogs that, you have to have a lot of space in your home because they are big dogs. They get big. Golden retrievers get a nice size too. And you want to make sure that you have enough space in your home they can run around in. But yeah, so you got the also the English sheepdogs. I love the English sheepdogs. They're cute, little pudgy faces. And the chows. They're very hairy. Chows, you know, very hairy, very territorial too. Chows are very territorial dogs. Now the golden retrievers, they're very friendly. They're very nice. They're very playful and they're goofy. They're silly, you know. And but I like them. I love them. I love them. So I just love them. They're great. Anyway, just in case you're just joining us, the name of the show is called The Coffee Hour. We just wrapped up with Brian Camp with his latest developments in today's world of sports on Sports Update. We thank him so much for being along with us, and we'll catch him back here next week too. And 22, we had to put him on early. He had to go early, otherwise he'd still be on right now. But DJ Pete is coming on 22 the hour with his portion of the show. Called, well, he does entertainment news, and he brings you all of the birthdays of all of the people of notoriety. So he should be here shortly. He didn't pop in yet. I usually see him, you know, before. I'm kind of like wondering, you know, hopefully, you know, but he's scheduled to be here 22 the hour. And it's you and I, the rest of us. We're going to be here. And as I told you later on in the program, also, I have movies that you would like to add to your bucket list of movies to catch up with. Those Turner classic movies, those black and white classics. A lot of people like them. You know, even younger people like them. You know, one of the things about classic movies that I don't like is when they don't do it anymore. They used to do it and didn't work out too well. But earlier when Ted Turner, who by the way I think is the owner and gave birth to Turner Classic Movies, Ted Turner had some of the black and whites colorized. And I kind of frowned on it, you know. I mean, I thought maybe for a while it was nice, and the color didn't look that well anyway. It didn't look that good anyway. But they colorized. They had them colorized, and some of the movies like Yankee Doodle Dandy, I remember that was colorized. And I have a colorization of King Kong. I have two versions in my archives. I have the black and white version and the color version as well. I go with the black and white version. There's nothing like classic black and white films, nothing like it. You know, I mean, today everything is color, everything is colorized. And every now and then you see a movie that may come out and they may have, they may convert it from, instead of doing it in color, they do it in black and white to bring back the old ambiance of the old days. And then you see some of those movies with a mixture of black and white and then color, you know. And just like in The Wizard of Oz, right? That was colorized, you know. And there are certain parts of that movies that was just black and white, you know. It's just like you coming out, going through a door, you're in a black and white scene and you're going through the door and next thing you know, it's in color. Everything is color and beautiful and bright, you know. But that was how it was for the time. But other than that, I couldn't see myself watching a movie or even fathom the thought of seeing, let's say, a 1930 movie in color, you know. It just takes something out of it. And the surface noise, they take that out, which is okay. That's okay by me. But you know, like they have the surface noise, you hear that sound, right? That's just as classic as the movie itself. But when they reproduce these movies, they make these black and white movies. Like years ago, they weren't that clear. But technology, the way it is now, everything is digital. You're able to clean up all of these things. You're able to put more clarity in some of these black and white movies. And I don't care, just as long as it stays black and white. They put more clarity in it, and they take out the surface noise and boost up a bright sound, you know, speaking sound and the music and all of that. You know, I don't mind that. I don't mind that, you know. But to colorize it, I don't think so. I don't think so. Okay, we're here. We've been here for quite a while. It doesn't even seem, oh, well, it doesn't seem that long, but we've been here quite a while on the coffee hour. And speaking of that, I'm going to take a little swig right now. Because what would the coffee hour be without a little coffee? So there you have it. So what are you guys going to do for the weekend? I mean, there's a lot to do. You catch up on movies, as I said. There's Hispanic History Heritage Month. You know, that's coming around. A lot of good outdoor activities are coming along, street fairs and great food, good music, and a whole lot of fun will be taking place. Now, I'm pretty sure here in New York now, today we got bright sunshine. It'll be that way tomorrow too as well. And I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot of things happening in different places and different neighborhoods. We have here in New York 5 boroughs, 5 big boroughs. And I'm pretty sure in every borough there's something going on. And so depending on where you live, if you're living in New York, depending on what borough you live, you don't have to go too far to join into the celebration. It's all right there. So all of that is it's coming along. And of course, you know, we reunite with other friends and get to see family. You don't get to see your family that much, but everybody wants to be festive. You know, people may not celebrate on the outside. People may gather their friends on the inside, their houses, and maybe have a little celebration there for Hispanic Heritage Month. They have dinners and feast, fiesta. Fiesta is always fiesta time in the community. And so they look forward to that. Okay, just in case you're just joining us, remember that we're on 3 different entities, right? For lack of a better term. We're on Facebook Live right now. And those of you who are watching us on Facebook, you have a few more minutes to go. If you haven't, tag your friends, tag the show to your friends, and they'll be out there. And they'll come in too. Hopefully they will, and to join us as well. Tag the show. And if you're on YouTube, we invite you to hit that red button where it says subscribe. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. And this way you'll get a chance to know when everything is live, you'll get that notification. That notification will pop up, providing you're on the online to see it, whether it's live or whether it's a posting of a video or something like that. And you know, you'll have that, right? And those of you who are watching us on Instagram, of course, all you have to do is follow us. I see people there, they come in on Instagram and, you know, they just follow us and they just like to sit idle, and that's okay too. People on Facebook like to sit idle, and that's okay too. All right. And as we change, the weather is changing and all things are happening. People are getting ready to, you know, go out and do their thing, and it's all happening. Okay, well, minutes. Listen, I hope he doesn't throw a curveball at me today, DJ Pete, because I didn't get any notification from him this week. He's due to come in, and let's see. We may have to call him and find out what happened and see what his situation is, because you know, he's usually on time. And you know, I usually see him out there. He gives his weather forecast and everything like that, but I don't see him. Anyway, we got 2 minutes. We'll give him 2 minutes more. Okay, it's the coffee hour, and again, you know, I hope whatever you're going to do for the weekend, it's going to be fun-filled, fun-packed, and everything like that. It's all going to be great. So that's what it's going to be. All right, let's see. We'll give him another few seconds, and then we'll give him a call and find out what the situation is, because it's very important that we get the information. If not, we're just going to move on, mosey along. Listen, if, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, if you desire to get in contact with me personally, you can do that. I really would appreciate that. You want to tell us, have any questions about the show, any suggestions, ideas, anything like that. You don't want to do it live here with us, it's okay. But I do have a couple of things that you can do to get in contact with me. I have an email address and a telephone number as well. Now, my email address, you can take this down, email address is frankallanprod@aol.com. Spell Allan, that's A-L-L-A-N. Got that? A-L-L-A-N. Prod is P-R-O-D, that's short for productions. frankallanprod@aol.com. That's frankallanprod@aol.com. Or you may call us anytime you like, 641-715-3900, extension 467-134. That's 641-715-3900, extension 467-134. You can call us, leave a message, and if you desire for us to get back to you, someone will get back to you. But please, get in contact if you have any kind of suggestions, ideas. We really would appreciate that. And so that's what we'll do. Okay, he's not here. So what we're going to do, we're going to give him a call. We're going to give DJ Pete a call and see what he's got going here. Let's see if we can find his number. And then we will find out what the deal is. And let's ring it right now and see what we got going for. One ringy ding, two ringy dings, three ringy dings, four ringy dings. It's the coffee hour, ladies and gentlemen, and excuse me while I shoot up once again. Just in time when the phone rings. Okay, let's see. Hopefully he's there and he'll pick up and we'll find out what happens. And we'll get in touch with him. Now, when the phone...
Reach Pete and Caroline's house, please leave a message.
Okay, we were talking to DJ Pete. Hopefully, we didn't see DJ Pete, but DJ Pete, we were looking forward to having you on the show this morning as your usual time, but evidently you're not here. So we don't know what's happening. Let us know what's happening and get in touch with us at some point. Okay, so DJ Pete is not going to be here. So we're just going to keep moving on, going to keep moving the show on. And I've got some birthdays to celebrate with you. Birthdays here. Now, if you're celebrating a birthday, well, happy birthday to you. A lot of people are. And on this September month, people, they want to get by and celebrate. And this is a good time to celebrate. The weekend is coming up, however you want to do it. But I have some birthdays today to celebrate. So listen up. Actor Jason Alexander of Seinfeld is 63 years old today. He's not quite a senior citizen yet, but he's on his way, right? Jason Alexander from Seinfeld. And that's George, right? George Costanza, the shrinkage. Bruce Springsteen is 73 today. Bruce Springsteen out of Jersey Shore. I've been up in I used to work up at his neck of the woods a long time ago in Long Branch, New Jersey. That's a beautiful place to be in the summertime. Anyway, he's 73 today. Actress Mary Kay Place is 75. Actor Paul Peterson from the Donna Reed Show, he played Jeff. He's 77 today. Singer Julio Iglesias is 79 today. And he doesn't even seem like he's 79. 79 today, he's close to 80. Okay, here are the people who are no longer with us, but would have been celebrating their birthdays today. Actor Tom Lester from Green Acres. He played on Green Acres. He would have been 84 today. Ray Charles, the genius of our time, Ray Charles. Ray Charles would have been 92 years old today. Now, something, there's two Ray Charles in the business. Neither of them are with us anymore. There's a Ray Charles, the orchestra leader. And he was famous for that big song, Love Me With All Your Heart. The singers in the background. And I used to think that was the Ray Charles singers, the Ray Charles own singers, but that wasn't it. Anyway, Ray Charles, the Ray Charles, 92, would have been 92 years old today. Jazz musician John Coltrane would have been 96, and actor Mickey Rooney would have been 102. Mickey Rooney, you remember Mickey Rooney, right? He was a dancer, an actor, all-around showman. And so he would have been 102 years old today. Those are the birthdays today. And so we want to wish all of those people a happy birthday and many, many more. We've got other things coming along this weekend, besides the Hispanic Heritage Month that's coming along. There are other things coming along too. Now, did you know, I just checked this out yesterday, we celebrate so many things that are coming on, and a lot of these things are, a lot of other celebrations are added on because everybody wants the right to celebrate. You know, you got all of these great celebrations, and we should celebrate everyone, because you have St. Patrick's Day for the Irish, you have Christopher Columbus for the Italians, which, by the way, Columbus Day comes on, and do you know that Columbus Day will be shared with Indigenous People Day at the same day? But that's another show. When we get to there, we'll tell you more about that. But that's the same day on Columbus Day. So the Indigenous, of course, want to celebrate too. So everyone should have their day. People are doing it. And you have Black History Month in the month of February, and all kinds of celebrations that people celebrate. And you know something? You don't have to be Black, you don't have to be Irish, you don't have to be Italian to celebrate these different holidays. I celebrate them all. I just jump right in the pool with everybody else, you know, because these are things that people like to celebrate, and it's all about festivities, you know, and you like to jump in and one of the things about when they have Italian celebrations, you know, now every city in the world has a little Italy. Every city in the world has a Chinatown. And so, you know, you can go when the Chinese celebrations come along, and they do have some great ones, you know, they have some great ones. Sometimes it could be the year of the rat, the year of the goat. It's the Chinese New Year, right? And they have a lot of great festivities going on. You can go to Chinatown. And of course, here in New York City, we have the Chinatown, and not too far next door to Chinatown is Little Italy, you know, and of course, you know, they have the little celebrations as well, you know. But one of the things that I missed about New York too are the street fairs. They don't have as many as they do. Haven't seen one this year. And I remember they usually have these street fairs on the major streets in New York City, on the major streets, you know, and they'll block off a section of the street, maybe not the whole street, but maybe you block off maybe about 3 or 4 blocks, and they just block that and just have their street fairs. All the vendors are there. They're selling jewelry. They're selling good food. They sell all kinds of things, you know, seafoods and everything, you know. And I'm not sure why that is. That's something I'm going to have to look into. Maybe it's a city situation that they cancel it. They don't do it anymore. And then maybe again, it was the pandemic. I don't know. But now that the pandemic is sort of subsiding a little bit, maybe now they can bring it back if that's the case. But I'm going to have to research that. I'll get back to you on that. And speaking of the pandemic, if you haven't had a chance to take your shots yet, please do that. What we want to do is make sure that everybody's healthy. Now, they have a new vaccination, you know, that controls what they call this BA.5, that variant, okay? And I took mine just Tuesday. The week before that, I took my flu shot, and we urge you to do that too, because the flu season is coming right along, and along with the continuous COVID situation, which is still alive and well, by the way. It's we're getting back to a little bit of normalcy here in the country, but it's still there. People are still dying. All right, let me just make that clear to you. People are still getting sick. People are still dying. so you want to take your time. Now, here in New York City, all of the public transportation, like the buses and the subways, right? They lift the mandate on wearing the mask, all right? Some people decided, well, I'm going to continue to wear my mask on the subway and the bus. People still do that. I, for one, still do it. I, for one, if I'm going through terminals or anything like that, put on the mask. When I get outside, then I'll take it off, put it in my pocket, because, you want to kind of get back to a little bit of normalcy, normal things happen again. So they lift a lot of mandates. And of course, people are back at arenas and people are back at places where they watch rock concerts, and people are not wearing masks. There's some people are and some people not. People are flying still, taking the airlines. The airlines, some of them, I guess, lifted their mandates. So you can go on the plane and not wear your mask. But if they ask you to do it, maybe you should. Airlines, I don't know, they got crazy as far as people go. It's not the airlines themselves, it's the people who fly on them. I saw in the news early this morning, before I came on the air this morning, there was a situation in the airline where one of the airline attendants got hit in the back of the head by a customer. They call them customers, and they don't call them passengers anymore, right? Customers now. And anyway, the situation is that this guy wanted to go to the bathroom up front, which that bathroom up front is for people who are in first class. So that's dedicated to them. If you want to use the men's room or the ladies' room, they share rooms on the plane anyway. You have to go to the back or the front, and that's their policy. That's not a law, it's their policy. And they want to abide by their policy, and they want other people to abide by their policy too. But I guess this guy thought he was entitled to do whatever he wanted to do. And, listen, what does it take to go to the back and go to the bathroom back there? So he decided that he was going to run over to the airline attendant and hit him in the back of the head. And when you're in a situation like that, you don't want to hear that. You don't want to hear anything like that, because now you're up in the air. You're a captive audience. You're up in the air, and there's no place anyone can go. And so he's in midair. They're in mid-flight, and they're getting ready to fight and do this and do that. And everybody's yelling and screaming, "Oh my God, what is going on here?" And it took a lot of people to tie this guy down. They tied him down for the duration of the flight. A lot of good Samaritans came down and tied him down, and they just laid him down, and he had to lay down there for the entire flight. And then when the plane landed in Los Angeles, California, at the Los Angeles airport, that's when he got arrested. He got arrested for assault. And so, flying with other people now is getting crazy. I don't say all people, some people, they want to get where they're going. Because when you get people like this, and you have to be somewhere at a certain time, it kind of hinders or kind of delays things like that, especially if they're on the ground. The plane is on the ground and not even getting ready to fly yet. You got someone already getting crazy now, refuse to wear their mask, or they want to sit in a certain area. You can't sit in the area if the flight is full. You can't sit next to the window if you have to sit in your assigned seat. Where are you going to go? Where are you? You can't change your seat in a full flight. And people think they're entitled, that they're what they call Karens. I wish a Karen would, and there are some people that way. They think that they're entitled and above everyone else. You got all of these people on a plane, a full flight, and they think they're more entitled to everyone else in that plane. Oh, it's just him, or it's just her. To everyone else, you don't count. It's just like the story, in a parade, one guy is out of step, and one of the patrons of the parade looked and pointed to the guy, "Hey, look, he's out of step." And the father of that child said, "No, He's not out of step. It's the whole regiment is out of step. The rest of the marches are out of step. My son is in step. Oh, entitlement. I don't know. Anyway. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Movies, and I got them. I got them right here for you. I have a great movie for you that I think you're going to like. And it's so nice. My producer put it down twice, but I could only read it for you once. It's only one movie that I picked, my pick of the week. One movie that I think you like on Turner Classic Movies, because I know you like all of those great movies, right? You enjoy them. I know I enjoy them. And so I want to put this on part of your bucket list of things to watch while you're catching up on movies and things to do. And if you don't get a chance to watch movies at their real time, while they're on the air in real time, you can DVR them. That's the good thing about technology today. We never had this before. You can DVR it and watch it at a later time at your very own convenience. And so that's what you can do. So let's get started with these movies right now. I only have one. This is my only one pick of a movie, and it's a classic movie. Go back to 1943. I also have this movie in my archive. It's called Higher and Higher, starring Frank Sinatra. Also, let's see, Mel Torme is in the movie too. Victor Borge is in the movie too. But Higher and Higher, 1943, and it's a black and white. It's a fun movie to watch. Lots of music, a little comedy, nice. You'll like it. And it's on tonight, Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And so you check your time zone, make sure that it's on the right time in your area. But it's 8 p.m. Eastern here on the East Coast. And that's on Turner Classic Movies. And I think you'll like it. Check it out. Now, one pick I get, just one pick. But there are a lot of movies on Turner Classic Movies, and you should go there. Go to Turner Classic Movies, go through the program guide and look at it. And you'll find there are many more movies that you see it that you might like. And you just do. These are just my picks of the week. And you'll go there and you can like schedule it for DVR, just as a reminder, just in case you don't get a chance to see it in real time, and then you go back. That's one of the things I do. I'll see a movie that's so far ahead and I'll just, DVR it because I might forget that it's on. And then later on, I'll get a reminder that it's recorded. So you can watch all of these movies, right? And Turner Classic Movies, they have a lot of great movies too. Now, while you're there, you could also go on Movie on Demand, which they have the free movies, and you can watch those to your heart content. They have a lot of great movies, a list of them from A to Z. And all you have to do is go there and look at it, go down the line and pick out something that you like. They date back to the 1930s, 40s, 50s, 60s, and so forth and so on. There are many movies that you haven't seen in a long time that you'll get a chance to see, or movies that you've seen like 1,000 times and you don't mind watching it again. It's all right there. Those movies, I don't think you can DVR. Why would you? Because they're right there on demand. And so, you can watch all of those great movies. They also have movies, latest movies on pay-per-view. And you can watch those too. Pay-per-view movies, and what they cost about $6-7, something like that. And if you don't want to go to a movie theater and sit back and relax and enjoy with the popcorn, peanuts, and Cracker Jacks, movies today, what's the entry of a movie today? 16, 17, $18, 19, $20? I don't know. But that's just the movie alone, not considering or factoring the popcorn, peanuts, and Cracker Jacks. And if you're out on a date, now you got to pay that double, So if you don't feel like doing that, wait till the movie comes out. It comes out there, and you can check it out there. So, and then you have all of the networks too. All of the great networks are there, So you can check out Lifetime and sporting events right there. They're all there. Check it out. So here's the movie once again, so you'll know. It's Higher and Higher, 1943 with Frank Sinatra, and that's the name of the movie, Higher and Higher. Turner Classic Movies, that's on tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern, and I think and I hope that you will enjoy it. That's going to do it for me, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed the show. I enjoyed being here. We're going to be back here Thursday night for Talk Back Live at 8 p.m. Eastern. And of course, Brian Camp will be here with the latest developments in today's world of sports on Sports Update. He'll be along with you. And of course, you and I will be there as well. We look forward to seeing you there. Other than that, you can also catch us back here next Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern. 10 a.m. Eastern for more of the coffee hour. Brian Camp will be here with the latest developments in today's world of sports. Hopefully, DJ Pete will be here with entertainment news and the whole 9 yards. So, ladies and gentlemen, as I say, you enjoy your weekend, enjoy your day, and hopefully that you'll have a pleasant weather forecast coming up your way. Anyway, you take care of yourself, and I will see you next week. Take care. Bye-bye, everybody.
You've been watching The Coffee Hour with Frank Allan. The producer has been Al Dale. Technical assistance, Dave Taylor. Research by Sandy Pierce. And I'm your announcer, Donna Stenke. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time on The Coffee Hour.